Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen.
Fantastic. That was the fastest lap. That's given you P14, 7th row of the grid.
What? Fastest lap gives me P14. Wow, Craig, what a lap, a 31? Are you serious? So, glitches galore. You've just noticed that I've been reset to the preset setup. So, that's one glitch. Craig's lap is also glitched because clearly you should be going 2 seconds a lap faster in the third sector. We'll have a look. It says 31 there, race director says 34. So that was actually his best lap. So our third best time puts us 4th on the grid. Danny's 8th best time puts her 16th somehow, or possibly worse. She had a grid position swapped with Travis, who didn't set a time in qualifying. So without further ado, I present to you the glitchiest league race in existence, and for a long time it was actually considered as to whether it should be rerun. Now I got into the back of Dregler in the Williams there. He in turn got into the back of the Renault, who only just reappeared in the lead and would soon disappear from the lead. Either way, we've gone around the outside of Force 1 at turn 2, having gone down the inside at turn 1. Craig is off, not sure if that's real or not.
Nice start.
Either way, he never appeared back in front again, certainly on my screen. Now we're behind Dregler, who potentially could take the championship lead, as we already saw Kart Dude retired from some similarly bad lag on his screen. We're also a championship hopeful at this point, and we're trying to track down our old rival Dregler. And on lap 2, we're still following him. We've got Force 1 closely behind. It looks like the top 3 are starting to break away. And that could be positive. This is in fact the portion of the lap that I've been quick at. Turns 1 and 2, I close up quite a lot, even into this first corner in the second sector. But after that, it seems that Dregler had to set up to just drive away. Clearly a flat through here, for him at least. I had to back off on this occasion. Usually I was flat though. And as the lap progressed, you can just see him starting to eke away a bit. And by the time we got to the DRS zone, not on this lap obviously, because there's no DRS in lap 2, just was a bit too far in front.
Your pit window is now open.
Our pit window is open, Force 1, already forcing our hand. He pitted a lap prior. We actually had tyres good enough to go another few laps. I considered it though, and just ended up pitting the same lap as Dregler at the end of lap 9. We could have gone a couple of laps more,
Go, go, go.
perhaps put softs on, but it was a bit risky, so I just decided to go for the safe strategy
Pit strategy
and hopefully
complete.
take a
See
podium.
these tyres through to the end now.
I noticed that the 2 cars behind, Force 1 and Squag, were on 2 stoppers, having put on super softs for the second stint in a row, so I obviously knew second was pretty safe. Didn't really have to defend from Force 1 here, and gave him all the room he needed. He'd already made the mistake of putting the wrong tyres on. I assume he could have made it to the end on mediums. His wear shouldn't be that much worse than mine and Dregler's. Either way, this is costing us a little bit of time. We're only about 3.5 seconds behind Dregler before the pit stops. Now it's more like 6 as we're trying to not necessarily defend, but we just lose time naturally by being around another car. Force 1 makes the move. It's a bit overzealous in the braking zone though, and unfortunately for him can't keep the second place. The time would have been interesting to see if he could have gotten past me earlier and used the rubber that he has, the softer compound, really well to extend the gap, to see how close he would have gotten at the end of the race. But this time spent behind me really saw his chances of coming back for second later in the race, and the different strategy pretty much ended. In fact, by the end of his stint, I was actually quite a lot quicker, and with the assistance of DRS, fairly easy move around the outside, he would contend into the corner down the inside, but I left enough room. I'm not sure if there's a bit of contact there, didn't really affect us too much, and luckily we even actually take some DRS from the disconnected car there of Danielson. Into the pits you can see the 2 cars behind, both opting to make their second stop at the end of lap 17. Now that's a 21 second fastest lap, not a 1:21, which would equally be glitched, but a 21 second fastest lap. So GG Code Masters, really impressed by that one. Either way, Dregler, with some immense pace, produces an over 10 second lead. I didn't really have an answer for it, but I didn't really want to push either, knowing that my second was pretty safe. So I just cruised home for the 18 points and a good championship day for me, I guess you could say. There we are on the podium once again, joined by Force 1, who came third in the end. Horrible race for some people, including Danny, unfortunately my teammate there. Hopefully things are better for next race in Bahrain.